So I'm going to break the rules a little bit here because I actually have two game-changing moments, each one kind of obliterating the past and illuminating a future for me as a drummer. The first happened to me when I was in the 8th grade. I had been playing for, I don't know, 3 years or so, and I started hearing songs on the radio from a band called Rush. A bunch of songs from Moving Pictures were getting a lot of rotation on local radio at the time, and a good friend of mine in high school, Paul Kurtz, let me borrow his Exit Stage Left album. And when I heard the live solo on YYZ, that was it. I had never heard anything like that before, and I knew right then what I had to do, and that was learn that solo. Learn that song and that solo. And so I spent the rest of my 5 years in high school slowly building that drum set piece by piece, Christmas, birthdays, you know what, and painstakingly learning the solo note for note by slowing down the record. I had an old turntable with 4 speeds, and the slowest was 16, about half the speed of an LP, so I could really get down there and hear each and every stroke that he played. And I eventually put the entire solo together and eventually could play it. I think it was Neil's playing that really helped me understand musical form. It seemed to me that everything he played, he never left anything to chance. He was always outlining a point in a song. Each stroke had a purpose, and I really liked that idea because up to that point, I really didn't have a clue about what I was supposed to be doing as a drummer. I mean, I thought I could play, but I was never really confident about what I was playing, and Neil's playing kind of helped clear a path toward what a drummer was supposed to be doing in a rock musical situation. Even his solos outlined a shape and told a story. Okay, the second game-changing moment was in college. I'll never forget, I had just started as a freshman at Georgia State when a fellow student by the name of Terry Vineyard played a tape for me of this really awesome new contemporary jazz tune he was listening to. And at the end I said, man, that's some of the most outstanding drum programming I ever heard, because it was so involved, there was so much nuance and so many ghost strokes, unlike programming of that day. But the dead giveaway to me was that it was not a drummer was the fact that there were elements in the drum solo that no drummer could or would ever play. Plus it was flawless. It was perfect. Another dead giveaway that it was a sequence. Well, it was at that point Terry said, no, that's Dave Weckl. Mind blown all over again. The song was called Spur of the Moment, by the way. And I was all at once crushed by what I just heard, but inspired at the same time, and so it was back to the drawing board once again. I was committed to learning exactly how to play that song just like he did, best I could anyway. And so about a month later I'd charted the entire song, including the solo, but now had to put it on a stand and learn it, you know. So like 3 months later I played it as best I could for Jack Bell, the head of the percussion department at Georgia State, and he says, you're going to play that at our next percussion recital. And so that was my second game changer. And flash forward to this day, whenever I play rock or contempt jazz, I'm usually thinking on some level about what or how those guys would play in that situation. And I've had a lot of little awakenings here and there in my development as a drummer, but those two, Neil and Dave, had the most profound, game-changing effect on me.
If you've played a pair of Vicks in the last 50 years, your history is our history. Come share your game-changing moment at vicfirth50.com.